So I got to get some headshots taken today, ChatGPT.
Nice. Are these for something specific, like work?
They are for something specific. And I suppose it's like work, yes.
Got it. Are you aiming for a certain vibe or style?
I am not going for a certain vibe, necessarily, no. But it's an interesting question. Guess who's taking the photos, ChatGPT?
Who's the lucky photographer?
Myself is taking the photos.
Nice. Self-portraits are a great way to get creative.
I think my last headshot was 10 years ago. It's looking a little outdated as I've gotten older and fatter.
Embracing who you are now is a great approach. It'll give the photos authenticity, plus confidence shines through.
Hey ChatGPT, am I a beautiful and unique snowflake, would you say?
Absolutely.
Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe I need to go candid. I should also be posing with the camera. So I shoot tons during this headshot session of myself. I do not hold back at all as I normally would in a normal shoot. But I also import all of my raw files into Aperty, a relatively new photo editing app that I've had on my computer for maybe a month, but this is my first time to really use it. But really quick to import the raws and really quick to scroll through them. But this shot is not in focus. Thanks, R5. When I get a potential keeper, I'll drop back into Aperty, and we will edit it. Alright, there we are. Can't really see myself or the background particularly well. Nor can I really see which eye is getting focused on. Okay, I'm relying on you, R5. Keep me in focus. Let me try if you're looking into the camera. Super posy. Still feel like slightly angled and not looking at camera is going to be better. But it's hard to tell because I can't see shit in the sunlight. None of these screens are bright enough where I can make any kind of determination. It's funny, you do sort of lose track of what to look at. I'm looking at this lens here when I need to be looking down here at the actual stills camera. Couple of problems, ChatGPT. That's why I think I'm gonna run home temporarily. I didn't bring a card reader for one. I could do some Wi-Fi transfer. It's gonna slow things down, but I mean, totally doable. But also, like, I'm not even really getting as much shade where I parked as I thought I was going to get. It's gonna be hard to see the laptop screen. Also, I didn't wear and I didn't bring any sunscreen, and I'm really, I think, going to regret that. Alright, find me, R5, find me. Where the screen on the camera is way more useful than my phone screen. Can't see shit on my phone screen. I'd really prefer to shoot in the other direction, but kinda can't. I need my prop. Come on, focus, fucker. Okay. Nice. Can't see shit, but the remote works really well. Looking at the wrong lens again. I was looking at the video, the Pocket 3 that's shooting video. Wish this weren't all up in my grill. Traditionally, of course, headshots are vertical, but I need two. I need a square image and I need a horizontal rectangle. Really excited to dig into Aperty because you can own it. You pay once and you own it. You don't have to rent it. You don't have to pay month after month until the end of time. So I'm already predisposed to liking it. If it also turns out to be super capable, then we definitely have a winner here. I don't actually think this shot is the keeper. I kinda look miserable. Plus the light is not great. I'm not looking for perfect portrait lighting, but even with that in mind, it's not so great on my face. In particular, it's the light bouncing up from the ground that is bothersome. This is probably the most exciting bit about Aperty for me, is this automated blemish removal, wrinkle removal, skin smoothing. Because yes, I like real results, but I also live in the real world where paying clients want to look better, which equals me stuck behind a computer for untold hours. And I'm colorblind, so if there's any color weirdness going on here, it's entirely my fault. But I found all the color exposure sliders the basic adjustments to be super intuitive. No period of learning necessary. It just works like I expect, like I'm accustomed to. Is it getting me in focus? Doesn't really seem like it. There we go. The light's pretty tricky, but something from here to here. God. So I may broad light myself because I may just not have a choice, but generally not ideal to light someone in this direction, especially an ugly fucker such as myself. Short lighting would be in this direction, but the sun is just too high at this point. So I would think something like this, just go for the triangle here, would be the way to do it. Trying not to scowl, it's very difficult. See, I'm bringing my chin up, has nothing to do with my fat neck, everything to do with this triangle. Because when I bring it down, watch, you lose my eye. When I bring it up, you get my eye back. Yeah, it's really tough because I can't watch my light. It's just too bright out here today. The fuck? It's not in focus. Is that one in focus? The fuck? R5?
Oh no, that's frustrating. Did you have the focus mode set to something specific? Maybe we can figure out what happened and adjust.
Now, I had the focus mode set to eye tracking. Human eye tracking. So the problem was the setting, continuous AF. That would have been the one, I think. Sucks. Okay, light's a little softer here. That's nice. I don't like this, whatever this is, tree running through the middle of the frame. I'm just going to have to stand dead center in the frame. I don't want to, but it's the only way I can monitor my light. That's cool. I can kind of play with that shadow coming from the tree. I like that. Yeah, that could be cool. It's hard to tell, but could be cool. Here. It's probably on the verge of overexposing. I'm trying to watch the histogram, which is more clear than my own face in the screen, so it's useful. That's cool. I wish this light were right here. I love this one. And it's in focus. It's going to be tough to top this one. Looks effortless, although it definitely was not. I'm trying to shave off a few imperfections, but I'm definitely looking for results that look unretouched, which is on me to have the restraint to dial it back a little bit. As with anything slider based, you can go too far, so just don't. Don't go too far and it's going to look great. Aperty. I have an affiliate link that gives you 1 month free and 10% off if you buy it. I'm just kind of playing around at this point. It's a good way to learn anything, but I love that it comes with camera matching picture profiles. I shoot a lot of old DSLRs, and I shoot particular old DSLRs, at least in some cases, because of their signature look. And it's nice to think that I won't have to give that up if I decide to edit a RAW in Aperty from one of those cameras. But I have not in particular tested that functionality, compared the straight out of camera file with the edited RAW file. Just noticed it today, and I got excited. If it works the way I'm thinking, then it's very, very cool. Based on that, you might think I'm the world's worst reviewer. See how much better that shot we just edited is compared to that first one. Here's copying and pasting color adjustments, but also the AI retouching as well. But I'm not the world's worst reviewer so much as I'm just trying to get my headshots. Just so happens this is a good opportunity to review. Aperty. Wow, that is totally a glamour shot. I look like a super sassy individual. If you prefer keyboard shortcuts, you can copy and paste that way. I would love this photo if it were of somebody else. I like the photography, I love the lighting, but it's just not me. It doesn't make me think of me in the slightest. But I like it. Oh, but I love that one. This does remind me of me, albeit a happier version of me. Just because of light, chin down slightly more. And turn to your left slightly. Pull. Okay, I don't want to be the world's worst reviewer, so let's do the test. This is from my 5D versus 5D Mark II video I did a couple of weeks ago. Ren here helped me out. So I've got both the RAW and the JPEG straight out of the 5D loaded up into Aperty. And you can see they look quite a bit different. But let's switch the RAW from Aperty default to camera standard, which is what I was using in the 5D. Yeah, it doesn't really look similar at all. I mean, it looks good, but it does not maintain the 5D's native colors. Just try some other profiles. Still looks good, but it doesn't look like the 5D's native colors. So I don't really then understand what this camera profile choice is all about, unless it's just giving you some approximation of what camera profiles tend to look like. No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Question mark. But I mean, you can load a custom camera profile, which is cool. Just good luck finding an official one that actually matches the camera. I assume just somebody at home made this. I do not believe Canon makes that sort of thing available. And of course, it doesn't really match. But it's not really a big deal to me. It's just a thing, and here's the info about the thing. But just pull the JPEG straight out of camera into Aperty. That would work just fine. But in the 5D versus 5D Mark II video where I shot these, this shot or this series came out too retouched looking, but here it looks fantastic. Really appreciate the natural look I'm getting, with all the skin texture preserved. Very nice. I think there was a body skin slider down here, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't have the opportunity to use it yet. Skylum, the company that does Luminar Neo, which you might be familiar with, also does Aperty. Luminar Neo is a photo editing app for other genres of photography besides portraits. There are also some presets, some LUTs, various things in here to play with. And they're pretty good. I like the amount slider. I usually like to dial things back from maximum intensity, and the ability to do so with one slider is very much appreciated. Probably need to adjust the shutter. I don't have a good sense of how bright that is. If we're overexposing my face or not. That went on for about 5 minutes, but actually this series was extremely productive. I definitely think I have my second shot. I got a little more experimental. I moved the camera around a bit, got up close, played with shadows. There are tons of usable ones in here. Did have a favorite though, and it's this. This simple, straightforward looking one. It's my favorite of the series, mostly because I'm smiling, I suppose, looking pleasant, but also because it's the most genuine looking one. Again, it's me. Simple, no frills me. Some of those other ones maybe weren't so much. It's got the butterfly lighting nose shadow thing going on. Not my favorite, but it's okay. But I do think that I prefer that other one from the other series. But I need two, so the other might be the square shot, this might be the horizontal. Yeah, but I've really gotten into a groove here with Aperty. I'm digging it, genuinely digging it. It feels like exactly the same process as what I'm used to. But maybe a little quicker, a little more optimized. A lot quicker for certain tasks, retouching and so forth. See, like I only have light halfway down my nose. Trying to creep that up a bit. Just trying to end up in the right spot here in the frame as well. bizarrely, against all odds, I ended up having some fun here at the end of the day. But there was one more thing I wanted to try. As I was taking my headshots here by the river, the wife was running here by the river, and I asked for her help.
3, 2, 1.
She's not a photographer, by the way, and she got the best shots of the day. Of course she did. I didn't give her any stipulations. Right, just let her do her thing. So she wasn't, like, held back by the notion of headshots. Anyway, it worked out great for me. I'm going to use one of hers and one of mine.